Nicole. I'd like to know, why should people who are concerned about the present state of Indigenous communities read the chapter that you wrote?
I think it's important because of the 567, I think that's how many there are, tribes that are federally recognized governments, there's a trust responsibility that when Native Americans gave away their land and their natural resources, that the sovereignty of their nations made way for a trust responsibility with the federal government, and in return for the natural resources that natives handed over, the federal government was to take care of Native American communities. Hence, we have a lot of outside funding and programs that come from virtually every department in the federal government. Outside money and programming and people that go into Native communities for everything you can imagine. Health, human services, justice, education, you name it. Economic development, what have you. So that being said, most of the folks that go to Native communities to do programming, to do training and technical assistance, to do research or evaluation studies, don't have experience working in a Native context. So just like working in an urban context or a rural context, working in a tribal context is very different, and it's very unique because they have their own elected government. So the Native American government and the federal government are on a government-to-government level. That's how the law is written. So because these fundings and programs and services come from the outside, it's really important for folks to be able to at least have one idea about one case study from 3 authors. We do not speak for all tribes. We do not even speak for all programs within the community that agreed to be part of this case study. We are just saying that it's a peek into the theoretical, conceptual, legal understandings and pathways to get to build a responsive design for Indian country. It gives you tools and strategies, and it helps because this is not information that you get in the university. There are very, very few training programs, let alone full-blown certificates or college degrees on responsive evaluation, let alone in Indian country. So I think it's very important because it gives you a peek into the very conceptual and practical ways that you can walk softly when you're in these communities. We believe that we are partners with communities and we work with them and not on them in a very circular way, the way we sit around a campfire in the traditional way. Everyone has a voice. We do not work top down, which is a lot of times what you see Western science likes to do. And when you go in this way and you build relationships and you co-design and you do member checking, and you're working with not only the elected officials or the paid grant staff, but also the community members and the traditional leaders, you will find that not only is your evaluation culturally responsive, but you will get more data, you will get more, the data will be more valid and comprehensive, and you will get results that work not only for the funder, but for the folks that the program is to be helping. And it helps very much also with sustainability. And a lot of times if you build a good working relationship, you are asked to come back time after time again, and you always leave the place with more assets than when you came. So being able to share information, walk softly when you're in that community, and work as partners is key. And that's why it's really important to read our chapter, because again, no, there are very, very few agencies or universities that give training on Indigenous evaluation that is responsive and respectful to the culture and to the community.